I don't feel any different.
Oh, but you are. Okay. This is dead air.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just doing something real quick.
You know what? Oh, well, I guess if you, okay. This is new, so.
My thing just froze.
Do you guys know if I'm supposed to create a package? I see that there's an Oregon Trail package, but do I need to create another one?
What is a package?
Well, it looks like a Christmas present, a yellow Christmas present.
Oh, it's right under, it's okay, right? I see it. Right under source packages, and then you click the plus sign, and then it says Oregon Trail.java.
Yeah,
Right.
so do I need to create a second one of those? Because in the document, in the lesson for team assignment document, it shows him creating a package.
Well, and it says
And-
create packages to organize your project.
Yeah,
What is
but
that?
I don't know if it's talking about that one that's already there, or do we need another one?
Well, yeah, if it says create packages to organize your project, so.
Yeah, that one's a little weird though, because it says that we're supposed to be doing different things. So like you've already should have created like this and this and this, and it's like, well, we haven't. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to know if the particulars are exactly what they want us to do too.
But you know how to use this sprint? You know how?
You don't technically need, like, you can just create class files. My thing is dying for some reason. Hang on.
Let's say. Developers often define packages for and logically organize their classes of their project according to the three functional layers: model, view, and control.
Have in mind.
All of the classes within package will be located in their own directory.
It was 4 years ago, and I did it.
So is each of us supposed to make that, or does one person make it and then they push it?
So each person's supposed to make their own and then push it. Like, so we're supposed to work on different ones. Tonight we're all supposed to work on the same one so that we kind of get a feel for it.
And then later we divide it up somehow and we all work on one or something.
Yeah. Here we go. That's what I was looking for.
So create a package for the model layer. Select the source folder in the project navigator, right click, select new package command. I can do that. Type in the name of the package. Verify that the package will be located in the source packages folder. And select the finish button to create a unique global name for the packages since the class and the package may be reused in the projects.
Oops.
Making the it's recommended that you create a unique global name.
Yeah, I didn't understand what that meant.
A unique global name for the package, since the classes in the package may be reused in other projects. So this prevents any ambiguity in the case of use of class names being used across multiple the packages you
But I don't know if we're going to be using our classes in other projects. That's the thing. Is like it's all supposed to be this last project, right? So I guess I can create mine in a different. Let's go ahead and create everything in a new package, and we can use it as long as they're still in the Oregon Trail project. A new package should still be able to be used across. But if for some reason a future assignment says, hey, we just need like this standalone part, the package will help it have everything that it needs. So a package has like all the libraries and everything that it'll need to run. So if you call it like the utility scanner or something, if it's just the class file, it won't know what the utility file is without a package. But if you have the package there and you create it on that, it'll include that. So just create everything as a package.
Oh, I just had to do this project 4 years ago, and I ended up with packages for models, views, and controls. And those exceptions and stuff.
For example, the name of the package of classes make up the model layer.
So this, let me share my screen here. This is the model layer, right? This is what that is. It's modeling what that is.
Are we supposed to have access to that?
Yeah, it is on the, I just committed it, so it should be on.
How would I get to that?
So if you go to, let me.
Should we click that thing that says check out as a new branch?
No, you wouldn't check it out. You would just pause. You go to branches
and switch,
and then you switch to mine.
I don't see yours.
I did that, but
No.
You won't see any of the changes until you've pulled it.
Until I commit it and push it.
We have to pull it, right?
We have to push it and you have to pull it. Any changes you make test it, you push it up and you have to pull them back.
We have to pull them down.
I had a.
So are you ready for me to pull it?
Let me check. Remote. This is all I get right here. Proxy configuration, no proxy. Why? And I can't push it for some reason. Once a username and password.
Use the HTTPS, not the GET. You have to use the HTTPS URL.
So. It's got the HTTPS there.
Then you don't need the username and password. But you just work.
Still asking me for it.
Didn't make the repository private, did you?
Do what?
Made the repository is public, right?
Should be.
don't need to make repositories without paying their fees.
Let me check here. My branch is online.
Followed by learn more levels of suborganization, followed by the name of the project, followed by the name who presents the content of the package.
Oh, that's why.
Why would they have?
Yeah, so those should be on there. I just checked on the website, and you can find my Java files on my branch.
Okay. So remote. No, we pull it. Pull.
I can see yours now.
Okay.
All the changes, and you should be able to,
Pull changes or pull.
at this point, we'll probably any changes that have been up.
Okay, so it. Remote. And all there is pull
I keep calling
and
it next.
this is it.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can see both the character class file and the Oregon Trail Java file.
I can.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Bailey, you see it?
No.
You do a poll?
Did you pull it?
No. Wait.
So if you right click, go to get and remote and pull. Do you see that?
Okay. Yeah.
And then there's the top one is already selected, right? Select configure
Yeah.
repository location.
Yeah.
Just click next.
Okay.
And then Brent is selected. And
Yeah.
then click finish. And then over on the left, you should now see under Oregon Trail package, you should see character.java.
Okay. It's asking me if I want to rebase or merge.
Scroll to or yesterday. Then you double click on the character.java.
Oh. Okay. I got it. Okay, I can see it all now.
Okay, cool. So just let me show you. So if you go to the character again, you can see what I've already kind of talked about, but you guys can like look at it. You know, the character name, the health. So I already initialized the health at 100, right? Because they're going to start at 100% or 100 hit points, whatever we want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a burial location, so I didn't put it there. We're going to let people name who they want, so didn't do that. And then everybody starts off alive. We don't want them dead.
Did the main character ever die? Because I never did. I had my family members die, but I never died.
I died. You can die.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
maybe I did.
Everybody can die.
I think I did on one of them.
So, yeah. But even if the main character doesn't die, each character needs the ability to die. So,
Yeah.
So that's there. So if you come to the, so we won't do any programming in this class, right? This isn't the main class where we're going to do any programming. So like we're going to do it in our organ trail main function. So we'll do our programming at. But we'll still want our characters that we created, or the class of characters that we want there. So the way you do that is you reference the class character, you give it a name, you say this is going to be a new character, and then this is the constructor, right? You're saying I'm going to construct a new character, and it's going to be main. Does that make sense to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then once we have that guy created, we can start manipulating him, right? So we can say main, I want to know what his character name is, right? And so we have this function over here that says get character name. Okay, well, I'm going to return the character's name. And then you can debug it, and it's going to say, wait a second, I don't know what that name is because it's never given it to me. So,
Set character.
yeah. So you'd have to set the character, and then you have to pass it a string. So let's use it.
Of course, you said 261.
Where am I? I don't know where I'm erroring yet. I didn't even create this. I don't know where that's failing. Objects. Why is that failing? Just gonna be. So that's how you manipulate it, and we have that string in there to say, hey, what is all this stuff, right? So we can say string info gets main dot get or to string then what is it?
Is string a class?
String is it's an object actually. Out dot print line info. And And there's no way you can see this down here, but it says characters, character name Susan, health 100, burial location null, is alive true. Right? So this is just the way it's like, so we can see we created a character. In our code, he'll be main dot whatever, right? Character is main. But we gave our main character a name of Susan. Susan has a health of 100. She hasn't been buried yet, and she is alive. And then if we wanted to say, let's create another character.
I guess you could bury somebody alive.
We'll call this character 1.
That would be an incident called Nightmare on Oregon Trail.
And if we say 1, that character name, and we'll give this character name of Caden.
So a 1, okay.
So you see, this is the name of that character now. No, not the name of it. This is, I guess, the title of that character. So character has an attribute of name, but we also have to name our object. So this is the object name, and this is the name of the attribute inside of it. And then we can do the same thing here. Already defined info. And
String info.
this is the same info right here, but I'm using now 1 instead of main character. Using character 1. So here I can show you. I'll put 2 of these in here. String. So now we have 2 different characters, right? We have character 1 and character main. And then I'll copy this in. That's
Do you want that 1 after info in your parentheses there?
yeah. So I created a new string right here, info 1.
Oh.
Right, and that gets the data from character 1. My string info is getting the information from my main character. So this is actually, so you can see here that they're actually like different lines. This is the info 1 name here. This is info.
Oh.
So you see they're different, they're referencing different objects, so they have different names. I don't know if this is making any sense or not. But that's
Kind of, yeah.
yeah. So I just kind of wanted to show you that, and then somebody else, I figured since I already created the character 1, somebody else could create something, or we can everybody can take a turn and create something, just so everybody kind of gets a hand-on experience.
That sounds good.
So
Right now or when?
yeah, right now. So we'd probably reference the visual paradigm model that we made to see what we would want.
Inventory items.
Yeah.
Is that that's on the Google Docs, right?
Yeah.
That one?
Or the one that we submitted for our assignment last time.
Or?
The one that we got a 9 out of 9 on, but somehow it was a 95%.
Yeah, I don't understand. Those percents don't make any sense. I got a quiz that says 3 out of 3, and it's 90% or 80%. I don't remember. These percentages don't match up at all.
No.
I do better math than that. I mean, I'm good at math, but I used to be.
We're using the objects document. Or is it the? Yeah, it's objects document, right?
Which objects?
You were talking about the objects document, or what one is it? Or is it
Yeah,
that? Is it that the blue boxes thing, the connected?
yeah, the
spider
UML.
thing? Okay.
So actually, just from doing this, made me think that we'll probably have to change our UML a little bit. I wish we would have done something about just like a small project on classes first before we created our UML, because I don't think everybody, I don't know, I didn't understand how classes completely worked.
Well, I definitely didn't.
Yeah, I still don't. I have the VPP file, but I don't.
I emailed you a PDF of it if you want to check in your email.
Oh, thank you.
But no, well, I didn't just barely. It was like last week.
Oh, that's right. No wonder. Okay, I forgot you sent it to me. I was looking for Bailey, and that's right. You did. You sent it. I couldn't. Wait a minute. I guess somebody sent me that in French. You sent me the PNG of it.
The PMG.
Yeah, that works.
What is that? Is that French for PDF?
No,
PNG is an image file.
Oh, PNG. Oh, yeah.
that's transparency.
Yeah, it allows transparency, and I need to print this. I don't know. I don't want it into.
I took this class 4 years ago, and my partner and I had to create a complete game from scratch.
Oh man.
We did a crazy
Connect 4 or something.
Connect 4, yeah.
Um,
So we did everything but hard, really hard. Calculating, checking all the possible directions for your winner.
So we ready to start on this?
Yeah.
um, we request that they put Brent on the payroll.
I actually got paid while I was studying today, so kind of already am.
Oh, just thinking it's not. You're doing more than the teacher, so.
Brent and Bailey, are you Rexburg on-campus students?
No.
Wait, what?
Are you an on-campus student?
No, I'm online.
Yeah, she's in Provo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
She's by the real BYU.
And where are you, Brent?
I'm in Boise.
Okay.
Can't read it. Trying to print our diagram so I could follow off of it, but it's too small to. I'll just keep it open. But where are we putting this? How? I mean, we need to kind of see yours to know what to do.
Oh, there.
No, you don't need to know mine at all. You just need to. We'll pick one of the boxes that you guys want to do, like money or just like something simple.
Okay,
And then-
I thought
and
you
then
wanted us to do one of the characters.
No, not a character. I already did character.
Oh, I
Sure.
thought you wanted us to do with the other 3 characters.
No.
No, we need to create other object classes.
Yeah.
So we just need to. So each one of those boxes should technically be a class. I think we kind of. I don't know. I don't understand UMLs very well. I wish we just didn't have to do it. But
But it seems to me like a lot of those classes should all just be one inventory.
Yeah.
item.
right. So inventory item, and it gets a type. Right.
And each of those other are actually objects rather than classes.
Yes.
Where is character one of the things on the UML? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the one that I did. It was kind of the.
The other thing I didn't understand was how you were ever going to implement hunting as a single class.
Yeah, well, we didn't do anything about objects until now, right? So they're just like, hey, make this UML, and they didn't tell us really, like they gave us a bit of technical definitions and stuff, but it wasn't really practical. So we weren't like, oh, yeah, we know what we're doing. We just kind of threw stuff together.
Because the hunting's kind of a sub-game within the game.
Yeah,
And so it would have its own set of elements like the animals and the gun and then the hunter, and how you'd have a direction to what way he's pointing this.
Well,
gun
that would
and
be advanced events then too, right?
what's that?
Events would be like that too.
Events could be a single class because it is basically a random event generator.
Well, that's what I meant. Events
Yeah.
class, like the inventory items class.
so see, like I'm thinking right now, like profession should be like our main character, our profession, and characters box should all kind of merge into the same one, right? And then characters 2 through 5 just don't get a profession, and they don't get attributes.
Or the main character could be an extended character class.
Yeah,
Just add the profession to the extended character class. And then he'd
And then-
inherit all the attributes from character, but then he'd also have additional attributes that he need because things like the starting money and other issues are dependent on the main character. And he's also the hunter.
So are these I guess this was good to help us figure out relationships or whatever, but I don't know where you use those or what the purpose of the relationships are.
yeah, I haven't gotten that far yet.
Hey Brent, in your character.java thing,
Mhm.
did you write that whole thing?
Yes and no. I basically did this part, and then they put all the other ones in here. Let me do just like here. I'll do an easy one, right? So let's do new.
So what is it we were supposed to do together to turn in? I don't
We're
know.
just supposed to do one of the classes. I guess since there's 4 of us, we could do like 3 or 4 of the classes together, and then the rest of them we do on our own. We divide them up.
But what is it we're supposed to turn in from tonight?
The URL to your GitHub, right? Or,
Yeah, the URL. And there's a. Have you know that document that we were looking through? It has tons of stuff to do on it, and I don't know.
Here, let me.
I haven't had a chance to read it, so I'm not sure.
I don't know what
Let me
that's
share-
all about.
Let me share this screen, okay? And then we'll work in rivers together, right? So our rivers are pretty simple. So it's public, right? So we want it to be accessible from any other class, right? So we're not going to do a whole bunch of coding. We're not going to do our game coding in here or anything. We just want to talk about rivers in this document. And that way, whenever somebody wants to create a river, they go and say, hey, what's my blueprint for creating a river? Okay, well, I need a river name, right? So private string, sorry. Okay, so I get the string of, let's see, what else does it have?
how deep it is, or
Yeah. So we'll do a double because that's a decimal. Yeah. We can even initialize that. We can say, yeah, let's make it 3 feet. Right. And is there anything else that we need for our rivers? How wide it is?
Uh-huh.
Width. We'll say the river's 10 feet wide. And that's, so you're basically coming up with everything you need to describe your rivers that's important to it. So it's got a name, it's got a depth, it's got a width. Is there anything else important about our rivers that we need to know?
Do we need the condition and quality, or are we leaving those out?
What by condition and quality, what do you mean?
I don't know. On the UML diagram, it has condition and quality.
Yeah, so right now as a team, what do we mean by condition and quality?
Good water or bad water?
No.
Water quality?
no?
No?
Overflowing, or
So is that anything that's not described by depth or width? Right.
Rapids.
So do we want anything like, did the game have anything like, oh, the river's like flowing really fast or like really slow or like anything? Or was
No.
it just,
This is the depth and the width. Maybe the quality. I can't remember how the quality was in the game.
so I think quality was something we added to refill our water, but if we wanted to simplify that, we could just say all the rivers are clean in 1848. So all of it's going to be fresh water.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And then we don't have to worry about anything. So this is our river, right? This explains everything about our river. And then you can just right click, insert code, and then get the getter and setter, right? Generate. And there's all these things. So if we want to, if you want to set the width now, we now have a function where we don't have to access this directly, but we access it through the function, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then we have a way to set our river names. We have a way to get the names, right? So this now gives us little black boxes to interact with things. You know how like a thermostat works? You just move the needle and everything works to like turn your heat up or down. Like that's what these functions are now. They're just little black boxes to change these numbers and these names, these variables. So you can just use these whenever you need. You don't have to keep going in here and changing them directly, right? And then, according to the document, or we need the constructor as well. So we're going to insert code, and I don't know why it's not coming up. and then we want a constructor. And so that now will create our rivers. So whenever we want to create something, this is our constructor. This will say, okay, I'm going to create a new river. It's going to have these attributes. It's going to have a name. It's going to have a depth. And it's going to have a width. And if you ever want to change those, you can change them with set. If you ever want to find out what those names are, you can use get. And then we didn't talk about these at all yet. I don't know what they are. I still have to figure it out. But then it says to add these guys. So hash codes. I think they have something to do with arrays. I'm not sure. And then insert code.
What was the one you just added?
These hash codes.
Hash code.
And these I don't remember what the one was. It just said, it has it in the document online. And then we want the toString. Select all, generate. So here's our toString. So this toString will say, basically converts everything into a text line of saying, okay, in this river, it has this name, this depth, this width. So it's just kind of a little reporting tool. And then I forgot to add implements serial, that part of it. And that's it.
So that turns it into a Java bean?
This is now a Java bean, yes. So I could come over into here and create a river now in my public class. I could say river. First river, new river.
Isn't it rivers?
Oh yes, it is rivers. And I don't know if it'll see that because I created it as, I don't know how the packages work, right? This last one, let me see if refactoring it helps. Yeah, so I refactored it, so now it's in here. And now we have, let's say we want to name it first river dot set name. Big blue. First river set with, what's that coming up? So the whole formula, there we go. Set with 42.36. Then first river set depth 0.6. Oops. So we just set all those things. And if we wanted to make sure that we say, yeah, okay, like that's what we actually wanted, we would say string info gets first river to string, and then system out line. Okay, and then hard to see, so let me throw it up here. But this is what it printed out. So it's now the Big Blue River. It's got depth of 3.6, width is 42.36. So we just created an object. We just set all the stuff for the object.
And what?
So
Output?
this is the out point. I just debugged it. I ran the program. So this one over here was me creating the objects, the class, right? And creating a blueprint for if I want to ever create a river, what do I need to create a river? That's what this class file is. And then over here in my main
Over where?
function,
I don't see where you.
I went back to the Oregon Trail. I just cleared it out so we had a clean workspace. I went and said, okay, I'm going to use the class rivers. I'm going to use that blueprint to create an object name of first river. And then I went through and gave that object its own attribute name, a width, and a depth. And then I said, okay, I just want to make sure I get everything in there. So give me the string of it. And then I printed that string out. And down here, you can't see it, but it's really small. This is what it gave me. It said, okay, you have an object rivers, and its name is Big Blue River. Its depth is 3.6, like we said, and its width is 42.36. So we just created a river in our program. So if that's still confusing, which it still is a little bit, I can definitely, I'll send you a link to a YouTube video I watched today that explained classes quite a bit. Talked about like creating a monster, right? Like you can use a class to create anything, create a blueprint for a monster, for whatever, right? So now we have two classes. We have a rivers class that I can create rivers now. I have a characters class, so I can create a character in my game. So it just calls on these
You
blueprints.
create those in separate .javas, right?
Yeah, so I did just try to create it in a different package, but my main function couldn't see my other one, so I would create them as a new Java class folder.
And those are in your branch, right?
I haven't committed them yet, but they will be.
Okay.
So if
So
somebody
it's
wants to
too
do the
hard?
same thing, what?
Yeah, I want to try it.
So if somebody wants to do the same thing that I just did with rivers,
I'll try it on landmarks.
okay, then probably shouldn't use an S, honestly.
That's what I was thinking, but a lot of them have S's on them on the UML. So do we just leave off the S's?
Yeah, so a cool thing here, right, is like, we'll leave off the S's. We can, if you do mess up, you can go refactor, rename, and then refactor it. And then everywhere where there was an S on that, everywhere it referenced that, it's now, so this is now
Okay.
river.java. But
Okay.
everywhere it was referenced. And even if I go back to my main function here, it's all river now.
Okay. So what are the things that you said do the public class and you just type that up, right?
Yeah, so I would go right click new Java class.
Okay, got that.
And then name it whatever you want to. And so it should give you, and then we want to do, I don't honestly know what this does. They said it's one of the 3 things that we need. Everywhere that I've been reading and watching outside of this class never uses this.
But
So-
you just type that thing, implement
so-
serializable.
Maybe they don't make Java beans.
I don't know. Like I said, I actually really enjoyed watching the videos today, so I'm gonna keep. There's 95 of them. I probably won't watch all of them, but I'll keep working through them.
So then under that, you just type the private for all the variables and public for all the functions.
You don't even have to type the public for the functions. So just type the variables first, right?
Uh-huh.
So the variables are going to be the most important thing. So a name.
Private landmark name.
Is there anything else that we actually, distance to the next landmark, we could probably put that somewhere else, right?
Yeah,
game.
it would be in the
So like that could go.
so wouldn't landmarks have like some sort of location,
So yeah, I think that's probably
like
what
a
it would have.
two-dimensional location or something?
Yes. So you could give it an x-axis and a y-axis. Or we can give it like miles along the trail or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I still don't know how we're going to do our map.
So how would I give it an x-axis and a y-axis?
Two different attributes, right? So you
So,
give it a private,
Private.
either an int or a double x, and then another private int or double y.
So I just type x.
So I would do
And
private int x, private int y.
okay. And what's the attribute for on landmarks?
I don't know what that attribute was.
Landmark name.
And see, this is where I think we'll have to revisit our UML and say, hey, like now that we kind of are understanding classes a little bit and everything, do we need to revisit some of these and say, hey, maybe this was too much or this doesn't have the right thing?
I think maybe attribute was just accidentally put in there. So maybe I'll just leave that one off.
Okay.
Okay, and then what? So I've got the variables, and then I need a constructor.
Yeah. So
Right.
this is where it gets really easy now. You just right click and see the insert code. And once you do that, it should come up.
Do I insert all those things?
The getters and setters. So there's get and set. So start with those first.
Okay.
And then select all on those.
Select all the check marks.
Do you want to share your screen?
Sure. Let's see, where's the button to do that?
If you scroll over the mouse, it's the green one with the white arrow on it.
Okay. There we go. You guys see it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Yep. So just check all these boxes here.
okay.
Yes. And then
Generate.
generate. And you see how it put them in there.
The
So
getters.
scroll down. You see how it says public, string, get landmark name.
Mm-hmm.
So now it has all those.
And which other ones do I need?
You need the hash. So right click, insert code.
And then it's hash code.
Yeah.
Equals and hash code, that one?
That's the one, yeah. And then select all on both sides of those. And then generate. And then you want the constructor.
Constructor. Select all?
No, not on the constructor. Select none.
None?
Yeah. And
Where is
then
it? The constructor is just this this thing
right there.
here?
Yep.
Okay.
And last one is the to string.
String. Select all.
Yeah.
On number 2, if you switched it so the dandelion head is the handle of the scissors. I think what makes a scissor is that there's an open shape in the handles, but then that there's something sharp at the other end.
Right.
So if you made the handle shape more into the idea of a dandelion,
Who's talking about scissors?
try it flipped.
Could you consider possibly adding leaves or something? Because I feel like dandelions, you might miss the base of it because people might not associate that with an actual design. Right, the lead part of it. Yeah, the lead, like the little, could be part of the scissors or something. I don't know.
Who's
The
talking?
hard part for you will also be like a big part of your object is.
I think it's coming from Susan's.
I'm supposed to be in another meeting right now, and I was hoping I could like run it, but not so that I'd be there, but turn it off. But I don't know how to turn it off. I know how to mute myself. So.
Well, we basically just did the assignment. If you need any extra help, just let me know and I can work with you on that.
So we need to decide who's doing what?
Yeah, but we don't have to do that right this instant if we have other things to do. Like we can just kind of talk about that or pick 3 or 4 of them.
Well, don't I need to do something for our assignment?
Yeah. Well, no, we needed to do one of these as a group, and Kaden and I have done. We only needed to do one, and between the 4 of us, we've done 3.
Did I not need to make an instance of that class?
I don't know. Was it in the document?
I don't really know. There's so many instructions. I can't keep them all straight.
Yeah, I don't think instance was in there.
Okay, cool.
So you serialized it and everything?
Is that what I did?
Did you?
Yes. I put serializable. Is that it?
Serialize it, something else, right?
You need to. Yeah, it has that Java util IO. So that's.
So what do they want turned in?
I believe that, right? We start a class with uppercase letter and a noun. Done that. It's serialized. It has a constructor. It has all the variables that it needs, and they're all private, which they are. We have get and set functions for each one of them. You have the equal hash code, 2 string functions. We have a meaningful list of attributes. And then it runs successfully and prints the contents in an instance of each class that they are implemented. So the 2 string, which I've already showed twice now, that 2 string, that it works. So
when I just did this landmark class, didn't I build it in your? I built it in your.
So to
what
do
you call
that,
it?
yeah, if you're on my branch, then yeah, you built it in my branch. I won't see it until you first commit it, and then you second push it.
How do I commit?
So my NetBeans doesn't work for some reason. It won't push. So I have. I have the actual, this guy right here. And so I have to give it a summary. Is new class. Then I can commit that. And then I can push it.
But I can do it from NetBeans?
Apparently, but mine fails. So I don't know. If you can figure out how to do it from NetBeans, let me know.
If you go to get, and then was it remote? And then you have.
So commit's right here.
Oh, commit. That's right.
So you have to commit it first.
That's right.
And
so just say created landmark class.
I
And
just
Bailey, do you feel like you have the hang of this? Like, do you want to create one?
what do I do with this?
What's it say? I can't read it.
It's set repository user. Do I set myself as the default user or?
I have no idea. Yes, yes.
Oh, oops.
You are a repository user, so yes, you would be one.
Shoot.
So I have to do it again. And you might have to like put some stuff in there to, and then right click, get, and then you need to push it. But mine doesn't push through that, so I don't know.
To master?
Should be on mine. You might be on the master branch, which is fine if you are. You didn't screw anything up, so
So I just check master.
sure. Let's see if it pushes.
How do you make your own branch?
I went to get and then branch tag, create branch.
Just name it myself.
Yeah. If you want your own space to work, that's kind of how I'm anticipating doing it. Like I'll work on my own branch and then push it up. And then if we like my changes, we can merge them with the master branch.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So did you get it pushed up?
Mine? I did.
Okay.
So, yeah. So all we need to do now is just we each take a few, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So, Susan, do you feel comfortable creating a class?
Right now? No.
No, not right now. I just in
Oh.
general from our meeting
I'll-
tonight.
No, but I'll get my husband to help me with it.
Okay.
I mean, unless I practice it and do it, that's the way I need to.
Mhm.
I mean, this helps, but unless I kind of have some experience doing it, I so which group do you want me to do?
I don't really care.
So which classes do we have left? Because if we're consolidating, right? Or how are we working that?
I think it'll take a little bit to consolidate some of our groups there. So maybe by tomorrow, I'll see if I have any time, and I'll see if I can like simplify our UML to say which classes we actually need, because we have a lot that we can. Because all our inventory items are basically like.
I just thought every noun needed to be a new class.
Yeah, I don't think that's completely right.
Yeah, because we could have a sub attribute of the inventory item that says which kind of item it is. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So you could just have like a type of an inventory item.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then you could get rid of bullets, medical supplies, auction, spare parts, and clothing, because they would just be type.
And oxen.
Yeah.
And then And the food has rations and hunting also.
Yeah, so we could, I want to do a little bit more research to figure out extended classes that your husband was talking about. I think they kind of, I didn't really like doing the UML because I don't think we knew enough to create a UML correctly.
Yeah.
I don't think we did create a UML correctly. And I still don't think we know quite enough to create a UML correctly. So I just want to go and read some of the or go and look up some more stuff tomorrow so that I can revise the UML to be.
Well, why didn't he give us suggestions then, instead of just give us full credit? I mean, I don't mind full credit, but why doesn't he suggest it would be better than if you did this and this and kind of let us know that it's way too much.
Yeah, well, I think we could, I mean, we're definitely getting by with how it is right now. But I don't, it's just kind of the learning process, I guess. I don't know. So.
But it doesn't seem like, I mean, when we're a little off course, he should kind of help us steer back and figure out and show us where we can make improvements,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, oh well. Okay.
So how about by tomorrow, I will have a list of objects that need to be created. And I mean, once you create 2 or 3 of them, if there's something we're missing by the time we need to program the game, like we can always add those back in, right? Like these aren't very difficult to create. Caden created his in like 30 seconds, so, and then once you practice them, you'll see how easy they are to create. So if we miss something, it's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
So,
All
but
right.
I'd rather do error on the side of making it simple, because I mean, clean code's better. You don't want to program with too much and make it too complicated. So if we can simplify things, I think we should do it.
Absolutely.
So, okay. Anything else?
Thank you so much, Brent, for researching all that.
I feel like I owed you guys from last week, so I wanted to kind of do that. So, Haley, you good? I feel like you got everything down?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And if you guys have questions, hangouts, I'll watch it. And if anybody has anything, I'll be available to help.
Thank you so much.
Cool. All right. Go team, go.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Right.